Cool. Is we live? Is we live? Is we live? Is we live? Yes, you're now tuned into the Rare Podcast. And of course, I am your host with the most, NK, aka the man of the hour, T Sweet, T Sour. And of course, I'm joined by my lovely guests, my lovely hosts. Let's start with Madame Ashley.
Hi, everyone.
And we got Mr. Jackson over there. Say hello to the people.
Hi, everybody.
First and foremost, I'd like to start this podcast by saying my condolences to Nicole Thea's family. You know, obviously we heard about what happened to her, and I just want to say condolences to her family and condolences to Bogger. And you know, we wish you the best, and we hope God gives you the strength to come through this hard time. Now, Amen. So now that we got through that, let's just get straight into it. Entanglement. We've heard entanglement. Entanglement. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who've been living under a rock, let me elaborate. Let me tell you what's been happening. So the origins of this conversation started with an interview August Alsina, a singer, conducted with Angela Yee. And basically, August Alsina spoke on the, at the time, alleged relationship he had with Jada Pinkett Smith, who is married to Will Smith. Jada, in response to this interview August conducted, decided to conduct a red table talk of her own, breaking down their relationship, or as Jada would put it, their entanglement. And that red table talk sparked a lot of conversations about, you know, open relationships. Was Jada Pinkett Smith wrong? So we're gonna untangle that entanglement soon. I just want to get you guys' thoughts. I want to get you guys' thoughts first and foremost on the August interview. What was your reaction when the August interview first came out? Anyone, feel free, please.
I didn't watch it. I just put it on the TL, so I just saw him talking about Jada and that, and I was just thinking, oh, why is he talking about that? But then again, I thought everybody knew that they were doing a thing, because everybody was saying that it was an open relationship. So I thought this was just common. I didn't know it was a big secret.
I didn't think that, because obviously Will and Jada never said they're in an open relationship, so I didn't think in an open relationship. But I think everybody just knew that August and Jada were entangling. I thought everybody knew that at one point. But
really? The August and Jada thing came new to me. I was like, wow. Like, I always think there was an affiliation, but I didn't know there were.
Nah, there's been rumors for ages. He made a song about it. Then he did some long Instagram caption saying like she was like the love of his life or something. It was just a long message, and everyone was just like, "Are you okay? That's somebody's wife." But then kind of just let it go because he didn't really say too much. Kind of just, it was a cryptic little message. And then now obviously he's come out and said, yeah, they were in a relationship. But yeah, the August interview, I was just a bit like, I mean, I get like, tell your truth, say your story, all of that stuff, but I was just a bit like,
did it really need to be said?
Like, this is my personal thing with chatty patties. I just can't deal with chatty patties.
It's the same to Kiki Palmer.
I just don't deal, like, because obviously if it was like, especially relationship, friendship, whatever, if it ended, it ended. There's no reason for you to be coming out and talking.
But he's heartbroken, Ashley. He's heartbroken. Like,
he's somebody else's wife, though.
He said, yeah. Listen,
wife.
I hear that. Okay, fine. Let's just move on to the red table talk. So in the red table talk, Jada said that her and August were in a relationship. Well, Will said it, but Jada.
She didn't actually say much.
She didn't say Will basically, but Will, because he said me and R got into a little entanglement, and Will said, "No, you're in a whole ass relationship."
You think an entanglement? What you talking about there? What you talking about?
And then Will said, "Yeah, you two in a whole ass relationship." And basically, what the interview shed light on is apparently Will and Jada were very much separated at the time. From the interview, Will and Jada were separated, and it was Will's call to separate. So Jada got into a whole relationship with August. And we don't know how the relationship between her and August ended. Apparently, from Jada's perspective, she said August just left. I find it hard to believe that a man that would just leave like that. But you know, I don't know what happens in their situation. That's their own. But first and foremost, let me ask you lot: would you lot personally be involved in a open relationship?
I would rather count the drops in the ocean.
Honestly,
I would rather.
No, what basis do I have in an open relationship?
You would never catch me.
Well, the benefits of an open relationship is that you have a physical connection with somebody else, but the emotional connection with your partner still remains, does it? No, it doesn't work for you, lot.
No, I got married for one person. That's it.
Me seeing you with another.
That's mad. That is mad.
Or you could be with another guy, Ashley.
Why would I want to do that?
Liberation. Just be out there.
Then why be in a relationship? I just
don't
understand.
If you want
a
to be
committed relationship is two people coming together to form a bond and possibly a life together. Why am I going to complicate that and bring Jim or Sally into the relationship? Like, why am I going to complicate it? There's just no need.
Okay, I'm asking you like this.
If you want to explore, be single.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Do you not believe you? Okay, say you're in a marriage, right, and you two decide to separate, right? Do you believe that it is appropriate for your partner that you separated from to immediately find someone else? Because there wasn't divorce, but they were separated. Like, what are the rules of separation? Is it we separate to come back together, and again, we don't know why they separated, but they separated, but they didn't divorce. So
separation, but not divorce. I find that weird if my partner found someone straight away.
Even if we're separated for a couple months, I just feel like separation is just a bit like, I don't know. I feel like either you're together or you're not. Like, obviously you need a break from people, yeah, but like we need to figure out, are we gonna come back together at the end of this, or are we gonna actually divorce? Because if you're not gonna divorce, then what's the point in getting into an entanglement with somebody else? Because then everyone's just gonna end up broken-hearted.
From what Jada said in the Red Table Talk, she basically, I'm paraphrasing again, guys, go watch for the table talk for yourself, come to your conclusions. But what she said is basically she wanted to feel good. The situation of August made her feel good. She learned a lot about herself, and personally speaking, that came across the wrong way for me. The reason why that came across the wrong way for me is kind of like, so the way it sounded, again, I don't know the way it sounded, right? Is that cool? You and Will, you went through whatever you went through, cool. Will decides to ban you, cool. August of all people, I know it takes two to tango, but again, as she admitted in the interview, she took August in. She decided to help him with whatever issues she's going through, and then she decides to enter an entanglement with him, of all men, him, and then the language makes it seem like she had her fun with him. She figured out what she needs to figure out, and was like, okay, this was nice. This is a nice little thing. I'm gonna go back to my main man right now. August, you figure out what you need to figure out. That's the way it came across to me. It just came across like essentially that she used him. That's essentially how it came across for me. Like, do you not share the same?
I get that. I just feel like I don't know what August expected. Like, regardless, if they're not divorced, they're still married, separated or not. They are still married. So, like, I don't know if he thought that Jada was gonna leave Will and be in a relationship with him. I don't know what he expected, because
most likely because he had a talk with Will, and then apparently from his talk, Will gave him the okay.
I don't believe that.
My guy gave him.
Absolutely do not believe. Will was like, yeah, go ahead. I give you. Go. No.
This is what I think the talk was. The talk wasn't Will go ahead, but the talk was August saying, okay, listen, me and Jada are dealing, and Will's like, we separated. I'm not like, what you lot do is not. Do you get what I mean? Because clearly, from the interview, this ain't the first time somebody has entered the confines of their marriage.
Of course not.
This ain't the first time. So what I think happened, what I think August was is extremely naive. He was naive, but a lot of people, when it comes to love, like a lot of people don't use their brain. When you're in love, you make very dumb, irrational, ill-advised decisions. And August was whipped. Think about it. Jada Pinkett Smith. He's probably been watching this woman for years, fantasize, whatever. Cool. This woman comes to him with an open heart. Next minute, she wants to open more of herself to him. He's got a full span. He's got a what did Tiffany Pollard said? Open heart, open what?
Legs.
That's what Jada did. Open heart, open life. That's what Jada did. Mrs. Pinkett. So, you know, like, while I think August is extremely naive, I'd be spun. What? Let's say, for example, for me, yeah, I don't know. Let me say something. Cool. Let's say, God forbid, but let's say Beyonce and Jay-Z are doing the open relationship too, and Beyonce comes to me and says, NK, like, me and you, man, separated from Jay, I'm gonna fall in love. I don't, like, the logic says, yes, Jay's a billionaire. Jay is the father of her kids. Jay has offered her work, but my brain, I'm seeing the woman of my dreams come before me. I'm gonna enter the entanglement openly. That's what I'm just.
I don't think I'll do that.
That's not. Yeah.
Anybody
that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, you're going.
Yeah, I'm just saying, anyone who's in a marriage, if you're not divorced, if you're separated, I just don't want to be involved in that whole wahala or that situation. It's just not right. Like, and the thing is, August wasn't thinking straight at the time anyway, so we can't pin everything on him because he was in a vulnerable place, losing people in his life. So Jada, as someone who wanted to be a mother figure to him, doing up healing, helping him heal and everything, and then also on the low, giving him sloppy, all that is just mad.
Do you think Jada's behaviour is manipulative?
I do think what she did was all bad, man.
I don't necessarily think it's manipulation, but it just wasn't a healthy situation.
Exactly.
Because obviously the dynamic was he came to their whole family for healing. Like, he came there to, like, get off drugs. He was sick and all that stuff. He came there for that. So whether she likes it or not, because of the age difference, and, like, he looked up to her for help. So it's not like they were in a mutual, like, when they're two people coming together. She was, like, helping him. She was, like, a mentor to him. So, like, it's not taking advantage, but just, like, I don't know, just manipulating, but twisting the situation to where, because I don't understand how you get from mentor to now you're my girl. I just don't. I don't get how we switch from one to the next. So I feel like maybe the emotions just got a bit heightened, and then they were in a tough situation, and then, like, I don't know, it was late at night, and then they'd had a long talk, and they would just look at each other in their eyes and just.
That's mad.
It just
happened. But somebody said,
I think it just got out of hand.
Yeah, somebody said on Twitter, Jada, in the interview, should have taken accountability for her actions. Because she said, because she, again, this is what I was saying earlier. She said, like, the situation helped me learn, it helped me grow, but then there's another person's feelings involved. And of course, like, you can't necessarily always be aware of another person's feelings, but in this particular scenario, it wasn't the right time for August, and I don't agree with what August is doing, because I think right now what August is doing is lashing out. And we're going to get to the Keke Palmer stuff. He's lashing out, and I think.
Do you think he's doing it just for promotion because he's just dropped an album?
No, I don't think it's promotion. I think he's lashing out. I think he's hurt.
I don't know if it's promotional, but I feel like he just wants to do this one big interview and just get everything out.
Do you know what it is?
I don't think it's strategized, but he's just.
You know what it is? It's like he's gonna be, if he had an album, right, he's gonna be promoting anyway, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing press tours anyway. Now is just the first time where he's had a platform and he said, I'm gonna get some stuff off my chest. I'm tired, I'm hurt, because like, all this doesn't benefit him. Because all this is from the and again, for a man to admit, that remember what you said. You said if I could die happy today, knowing that I loved Jada. That is a very intense emotion to feel about someone.
That's very scary.
That is very intense.
That's really scary.
I don't think somebody would be saying that just for promotion's sake. They feel it in their chest.
That's just mad.
They feel it They feel it in their whole chest. But again, we can address August. So after this, we're not done with the table talk conversation yet, but I just want to address August's emotions. So after this, I believe, I don't know how he and Keke Palmer got into a Twitter exchange.
Keke literally just said, what do you call it? She just felt that people need to stop bringing their business.
Yeah, so basically, someone had a picture of them of Keke and August together with like "diss you," and then she was like, she said something like, "You lot are reaching. Me and him were never together. Stop trying to create a scenario or something." And then he was like, "Well, you were trying to get me. Your friends were doing this, trying to." I was just like,
it was not needed. Like, he's acting like she came.
She wasn't trying to be shady. She was just literally saying, "Me and him weren't together. You guys need to stop reaching." And then he just took it in a negative way. It's like being rude to her, and it was just like, bro,
you talking about this, that.
You didn't have the energy with Jada. Why'd you have it with Keke?
You know them ones, yeah. It's one of them ones, yeah, where he, like, it happens in school. Somebody's getting cussed out. Someone else is laughed. And the person that gets cussed out saying, "What are you laughing for?" That's literally the energy. August just wanted a target. Again, like I said this in the group chat, but I think hurt people. It's kind of like he wanted, like I don't know what's going on with August. I feel like the love that he has for Jada is weird, and it comes from a very weird place, but he has it. And just knowing that essentially the woman you love don't want you. And then she's on international Facebook, not national, international Facebook, calling your situation an entanglement.
And laughing.
And everyone is laughing at you.
But the thing is, he brought it up.
Honestly.
If he didn't bring it up, nobody would be talking about it. He entered into this situation. So,
but this whole thing has literally
maybe he brought it up for healing. I don't know, just to get it out of his system. You know.
Yeah, but
can you heal off the cameras?
What I think should have happened is they have a conversation together. I would have wanted to see that.
Yeah,
that would have been so cool. Like, just seeing them both talk about the situation.
What was real there as well?
Yeah.
With the red table talk, I feel like Jada, because she didn't really say anything to touch. She basically said they were in an entanglement, and then that was it. She didn't really talk about how they met. She didn't talk about what actually happened in their relationship. She didn't talk about when it was. She didn't talk about how it ended. She didn't really say anything to the effect. So I feel like she just doesn't want to talk about something that's very personal to her. She don't want to like be out here just spilling out all her business.
But do you see?
Because she was like, "We're here. We have to talk about this now." Black Twitter made us talk about it.
Because before she did all of that, she said on the Twitter, "Is a lie." That's the first statement she made. Is a lie.
But apparently, she said that statement wasn't made by her. It was made by publicists that it didn't reflect her actual opinion. Because the TMZ thing came out said, Jada Pinkett Smith says that the allegations are a lie. But on the red table talk, she said, her and Lou said, the media are saying that we denounced these claims. We haven't said anything. I think it's just one of our publicists. Firstly, I think she said that it's a lie in the beginning, and then she got backlash for that. And then she said, "You know what? I need to do a red table talk to address this." Now,
no, but the memes were funny.
Now, the interesting perspective...
Will's face...
That's where I'm about to get to.
He is broken.
You think Will's broken?
That man is broken.
You think? Elaborate.
You know
Why do you think?
I feel like it's just the whole situation of like, everybody knows that your girl has been doing things to other people. Because clearly, they alluded to the fact that Will's been out here in these streets. Yeah. And I feel like everybody kind of knew that he was out in these streets, but he has kept his situations on the hush-hush. But now everyone in the world knows that your girl is entangling with other people. So I feel like he's just like, oh, why does everybody have to know? Like,
some people have...
Why am I here to talk about it?
Some people have suggested that they don't think Will loves Jada anymore.
Do you know what? I feel like they do love each other, but I feel like their love has changed. I feel like because they have kids together, they have a whole family, they've been together for 25 something years. So I feel like they probably love each other, but it's more like...
They said it's a partnership.
Yeah.
Life partnership.
Yeah, they're more life partners than actually like husband and wife in love. I feel like they just love each other. They're not really in love.
Because I find it interesting that in the interview, again, in the Red Table Talk, Will said that I was really done with you. Like, I wanted to, like, not be, I didn't know if I was ever going to get back with you. And then, so you go from that, then you find out that your wife is dealing with another man, then from that to happy marriage again. Like, the time, I don't, again, maybe they've done their own personal healing at home, but for me,
they said this was time ago. They said this was like a couple years ago. So I feel like they've
But August was on Red Table Talk like 2 years ago.
That 2 years is quite a long time to heal. That's quite a long time.
It is, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. Maybe for me, I'm just seeing it through my lens. But it's interesting that another interesting part of the table talk was when obviously Jada said, Will said, "Oh, but I'm gonna get you back," and then Jada's like, "But you've gotten me back multiple times."
She's like, "You don't need to."
So you got me, and then they laughed, and I was like,
"What?" The thing is, I've been had a feeling. Will has been in the streets.
I mean,
he has been in.
I mean, there's alleged rumors of certain actresses, you know,
Australian
Robbie,
actresses.
Everyone was Margot Robbie. Everyone.
But them pictures,
they were real close in that movie. They were real.
I like it, though. I like it.
It was very realistic.
What a Lamborghini of a woman. Anyway,
Lamborghini of a woman.
10 out of 10. She is. She's 10 out of 10.
Lamborghini.
Jolie.
But
she's 10 out of 10.
I don't know. And then the conversation I wanted to have that spawns from this, because the clip that the clip that I saw that made me go, I rebuke that, is when they said we live together, we died together, bad marriage for life. They're on the tip with, and we've seen this with Will multiple times. They're very much not going to get divorced. Jada said,
no, they're not leaving each other.
You could be in the other side of the house with one joker.
Be over there.
I could be over there, but we're still in this. We're all in this together. Now, for you lot, does that make sense to you lot? Could you be with someone to the point where even if you're not together, you're together? Can that work in you guys' relationship or marriage? Is it
I would say if it happens when I'm like older, man, I might just push through it. But if it's like when I'm young, like let's say 30s, yeah, and I know the relationship is breaking, we're just gonna have to end it there. But the thing is, they have kids involved, but the kids are grown as well.
Yeah, in fact, they have businesses together, they have kids, they have a whole empire situation. So I feel like them separated, it's probably just too long.
Yeah.
To do that, you might as well just stay together legally. And then
like, both on the same page.
People, but legally we're still a family, because it's just too long to actually divorce and actually separate and 50-50 everything out.
I hear the financial aspect of it, but I can't. Like, I refuse to. Like, in a whatless marriage, I can't do it, man. For me, yeah, it's like I'm taking marriage is very important. Like, relationship, you can separate. Marriage, you're taking an oath before your God. The Lord himself. No, you're taking an oath between three people. Your family, God, and the government. Yeah? Because when you get married, you have to declare to the government that this... Oh, what not? Whatever.
Unlimited minutes.
Unlimited minutes. Lovely. Thank you, Zoom. Anyway. You're taking over for your God, your family, and the government. But the most important part is God. God has recognized that this is you for the rest of your life. God has said, yes, this is the person I've instructed you to do. Now you want to defile the sanctity of marriage by bringing other people into it. I refuse. No, I'd rather get divorced. And I understand I'm not Will and Jada. I don't have as much to lose as Will and Jada. But for me, it's like, I can't be in the same house and look at the same person, knowing I once loved them, and then now I'm in this situation, which is essentially bondage. The kids are keeping them together. That's bondage. I can't do that. That's a joke thing. And I saw, God.
No, I'm just saying, if you do actually find someone, that is going to be sticky.
Exactly. And I saw people, this is what I don't like. I saw people, right, on social media saying, oh, this is why
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't, so
That's what I was
people
going to
saying,
say.
oh, my couple goals have broken up. Oh, I thought these lot
This is
was
marriage
goals.
and I don't want it.
Like, why do you have to
Repair your
idolize
head.
relationships? It doesn't make sense to
I
me.
don't understand.
Like, everybody's idolizing these people. Beyonce and Jay-Z until he cheated. Jada and even Kim and Kanye. I'm just like,
And now
stop
they were like,
idolizing these
oh,
people.
now Will and Jada are gone. Now it's Tiana and Iman. I'm like, why don't
All the
you
parents, all that
Focus on
just
you.
leave people alone? Because you don't know anything about anybody's relationship. Stop
exactly.
and glorifying people that you don't even know. You don't know what's going on in their marriage.
Because
You have no idea.
from what they show us, right, Will and Jada are happy, right? Will and Jada seem happy. But the reason why it is a bad thing to look at other people's relationships is because you don't know what it takes to make other people's relationship work. Will and Jada are doing open and they're happy. Can you do that? If that's not for you, then stop looking at them as the blueprint. Find what's good for you and find a partner who matches that, and then you figure stuff out for yourself. Is it good to seek advice? Of course. But at the end of the day, you know what's good for you. I know personally, open relationship can never, absolutely not. I would rather count the individual grains of sand in the Sahara Desert than enter an open relationship.
The ocean.
What?
You will
So
never.
me, I'm in bed.
Never catch me.
I'm in bed, and my wife comes in from a fresh cheeks session and says, "Babe, I had a great day. Have I got waste written over about a book? No.
You've been out here going on a date with the next girl, and I just come in. Oh, hi, babe. How's your day? How are you?
That's
right?
bad, man. That's actually so bad.
So my wife is now seeing me buy lube to go on a date with some next girl, and she's like, "Yeah, you look good." No, but if that works for Will and Jada, that works for them. Now what? That works for them, but for me, it can never work. Now, what I'm seeing a lot is people saying, "I've lost respect for Will. I've lost respect for Jada. I don't know them like that." And my thing is that, okay, one, we never knew them in the first place. We just saw them through. But two, my thing is that, again, what works for me don't work for them. But I'm not gonna obviously have my opinions on what they're doing. But I'm not gonna now say Will's cancelled, Jada's cancelled, so on and so forth. Because at the end of the day, it's their marriage. If they want to be doing mix and match, pick and mix with next people, that's for them.
That's their own.
That's for them. But I want to ask you guys a question. What makes, obviously we're all young, so we're not the most experienced when it comes to this relationship thing. But what makes a happy relationship for you? Like, what do you need in a situation for you to be like, yeah, this is good? It's a deep question, but like different people require different things. So some people say I need constant communication. Like some people say, and even with communication is different things. But some people say like I need to feel. Some people it's very important for them to feel pretty around their partner. Like my partner needs to make me feel desired, attractive. Some people is they like for some girls they want a man who's able to take care of stuff. Financially or whatever. But what for you? What's like one thing or a few things that will just give you peace of mind and be like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I desire. For me, I'll start off. I'll kick off the conversation. For me, I need somebody who's able to call me out when I'm wrong. I don't like the whole idea of, how some people like, oh, your wife has to be quiet, want somebody who's meek, who's calm. I want somebody who's able to say to me, "No, what, listen, this is what you're doing wrong." And they're doing it because they're doing it with the intent of helping me, not the intent of help, but the intent of helping me. You do this, I think you should do this because it'll be better for you. Somebody who's able to just, that's what I need. I desire that. That's very important for me. I can't have no quiet gal. If you're
So for me, I need how do I say this? Like somebody who makes me feel wanted and appreciated, and like I can confidently like not trust in them, but just like place my vulnerability in their hands, and they can like, do you know what I mean, make me feel secure. Because like I just don't want to be in a situation where I'm having to wonder, what's he doing? Is he out here disrespecting me? Is he what? Like I need reassurance, not reassurance in terms of like I love you, but just like you're not out here just doing a wild thing. I need like someone who is secure and makes me feel appreciated. Yeah.
100%. I hear that. Mr. Man.
With relationships, all I just want is actually a person that can communicate well with me. Because I really love communication. And like, because so many things that people, they'll feel a type of way, but they don't know how to say it to you. And then it just becomes like distant from certain stuff, and then resentment comes into it. Like, let's say somebody keeps doing something that you don't like, and then like they just can't tell you what you're doing that is wrong, and they don't like, then it's just gonna become like they don't want to chat to you. So communication is key for me in a relationship. That's why I think we'll keep it. But also just showing you love the person each day. Like, it doesn't have to be like big things, but it's just literally just showing them that you love them, you appreciate them, and like you respect them. Just stuff like that. I just want real love. That's the thing.
You know what? Do you know what? From the Red Table Talk, we gathered that Will and Jada, from what they say, is that they're very transparent. And I was watching Halfcast, and they were saying, is there such a thing as too much transparency? Are there some things in a relationship that you just keep it to yourself?
Yes.
How, like, yeah. So you agree? Actually, there's such a thing as too much transparency.
Yeah.
Right, so some things. So what things would you say, like what topics would you say should like be kept to the grave? What history about your previous partners?
Yeah, my past.
Your past.
Yeah, that. I'm sorry. Anything before you, I don't need to tell you. I really don't, because I feel like it's just unnecessary for you to know that. Like, why do you care about what's before you? Like, it's just not relevant. Because I know people will be like, what's your body count? And who are you getting? No. Why?
Certain age, that body count questions you throw
know that? Because then you'll just be stressing for no reason. So I feel like you don't need to know that.
The only thing, yeah, if I'd ask about like a girl's past is because if, for example, yeah, she's always liked her man, oh, I've been hurt before, so on and so forth, I'm gonna investigate why. Do you know what I mean? If I can see that you're carrying residual baggage from that situation, or your past experiences, or the things from your past that haunt you today, I need to talk about it because it's affecting what's happening now. But if it's something I don't want to know about next guy that took you Vapianos when you were like, I don't need to know. I don't mean
like your relation, like what you've been through, like if he cheated or if it's just toxic situation, just knowing the past of like your past, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like situations like if he cheated, if like he hurt you, if there was abuse, or just the stuff just to let you know what you're dealing with. But where he took you on Valentine's Day or what shoes he like, it's just not necessary. You don't need to.
And because whoever's asking, you're gonna get pissed off. You're gonna get annoyed. It's gonna happen. Listen, the thought of your partner being with anyone else is just gonna send stuff.
Like you go from my ex took me here. Sis, keep that quiet. Keep it quiet. He doesn't need to know that.
Also, I've had a conversation with this is on the topic of relationship, but it's spanning different ways. I've had a conversation with a lot of people, right? And I find it weird. I find it bizarre, right? Some people are very protective of their partner, so they'll be envious, let's say, if their partner had friends of the opposite sex and so on and so forth, right? And it brought up the question I was having with one of my peers, and they were basically like, can a healthy relationship be maintained with someone of the opposite sex when you have a partner? Because what my friend said was that somebody, in his case, his partner always has envy towards his female friends. So it creates an unhealthy dynamic. I'm just asking the question. I obviously believe, my personal opinion, like your friendships and relationships are two separate things. Like they can coexist perfectly as long as clear boundaries and clear things are explained. But some people believe that no, once you get into relationships, I can't lie, your previous friendships with the opposite sex have to be greatly diminished into acquaintanceships.
Mm-mm.
I don't get that.
No.
So you're telling me that when I get into a relationship, the female friends that I have to like dial them down and not like. I don't understand, because me personally, I got a lot of female friends, so it's gonna be hard for me to, what do you call it, push them aside and like not talk to them, because the way I speak to my female friends, like literally they can call me at any time, even at nighttime. Like nighttime, I'll understand that can't happen because it's just gonna be weird, but they can call me anytime, ask me for help, all that stuff, and then like I need to be with someone who can understand that and won't feel a type of way and start feeling jealous and be like, oh no, you're spending too much time with that friend, or why is it always that one you're talking to? I just don't get that. It's literally childish to me. Because people can be friends with the opposite sex and still not do anything. And the thing is, I've had this friend for years. So you telling me, there's an issue, that's your own.
That's really a personal problem, and you're gonna have to deal with it by yourself. Because I'm telling you, when I get a man, my niggas ain't going anywhere. I'm so sorry. Like,
that's bad.
Your niggas ain't going nowhere. So like, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I just feel like it's just envy that is in your own head. Because if I wanted to do something with my friends, I would have. But even then, that just doesn't make any sense, because friendships are friendships and relationships are relationships. You don't jump from one to the other. If you're my man, you're my man. If you're my friend, you're my friend, and you're not changing. Like
100%.
Very separate. So if you're jealous, then that's really a personal problem you have to deal with yourself.
100%. But then there's the case here. But the way you guys have explained it is the way your friends are here and your man is here. But what happens is that some people have friendships that started off as entanglements.
That's where I have a problem.
They have friendships that started off as entanglements, and then it creates then that creates the issue. Because a lot of the time, again, I'm not speaking for everyone, but a lot of the time where I hear people have a problem with friendships in a relationship is because themselves, they are aware that their own friends didn't start off as friends and started off as entanglements. And that's where it creates a sticky situation, because then you're either gonna have to be super transparent with it. That's what I asked the question before. You have to be super transparent with your partner and say, listen, this friend I have, that used to be an entanglement. And then your partner's obviously not gonna be pleased. Or you're gonna have to omit the truth, essentially lie to your partner and say, that's my friend.
The thing is, with me, like, obviously I have every situation I've been with, I'm cool with them. But even if my next person that I'm with, even if he didn't have a problem with it, I'm still gonna like not cut them off, but just
like know your role.
Because there's just no need for us to be having conversations every. Like, obviously we'll be cool. Hi, hello, how are you? Blah blah blah. But we're not.
But
like,
it's not a late night, Ashley.
We're not like
I'm
this.
gonna call you at 1 a.m.
That's
in the
not
morning.
best friend anymore. Like,
calling someone at 1 a.m. in the morning, that is a criminal crime. I'm sorry.
And the thing is, even my male friends that have girlfriends, I'm not calling them at 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning.
For what reason?
Why am I calling you?
Imagine there was that one tweet that someone said, as a wife, if your boy comes over, if your husband's boy comes to your house at 1 a.m., are you gonna go to the kitchen and cook?
Cook?
That's cheeky, man.
Don't I even answer the door at 1 o'clock in the morning?
No. Highly disrespect. So I feel like, I don't know, because I was having a conversation with somebody and they basically said, right, cool, that again, like, it's fine if friendships are spawned from entanglements, because like they're basically saying it's cool. Like, just because that person was an entanglement doesn't mean that they can't be my friend. But I said to them, how does that affect your relationship going forward if you were to get a man? And I'll be like, it doesn't, because that person is my friend now. A man doesn't need to know.
He does. He does
About them, because it's none of his business.
No,
so it creates it. So that's why I asked the question: how transparent? It depends, because this ain't applicable to us. but I know it's applicable to some people because they have
kind of is to me
friendships.
a little bit, but not really.
Because no, but I mean they have like people that they're like they're dogs. So that's my giggle. But it started off from an entanglement. Jada, sorry, on a side note, Jada Pinkett Smith. If she's smart, she needs to trademark that word. That is genius.
Yeah, she does.
Entanglement.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Entanglement.
Entanglement.
That sounds entangled. Oh my gosh, Lord.
She's put it on a t-shirt.
No, she does. But overall,
that's just funny, man.
No, it is hilarious.
The situation is not funny, but the memes that come from it, like Black Twitter, is just a mess. But the memes that came from that,
all the words you want to use, entanglement,
and she laughed.
Entangle.
Like, it reminds me of I wish somebody needs to do this.
Why?
Remember when Black China was screaming out, embezzle, entangle.
No, I love it. I love it. She really clocked a new word. Embezzled? Oh my God.
And she's screaming it so many times. She just kept saying it.
Embezzled.
Oh, Black China, man.
Oh, man. This is crazy. But final thoughts. What have you lot learned from this situation about the Will and Jada? Have you learned that cool? You need to keep your business to yourself. Like what have you got? What observations have you lot made from this situation?
Well, I felt like the Will and Jada thing, they were already keeping their business to themselves. It was August Alsina, the one that opened his mouth. But yeah, he needed to speak on it. Yeah, that's his business. But I feel like he should have spoken to her first. I don't know if he has or did it or hasn't.
Well, she said they haven't spoken in time.
So he should have went to her first before he went to an interview talking about, she did that, she did this. But people, not even them, I'm just saying this. People on Twitter need to understand, not everybody needs to know your situations. You don't need to be coming on Twitter to speak about every single thing that's happening in your life. It's not needed because then people are just going to drag you, make fun of you. They're like, oh, why are you saying that? Like, this is that. It really hurts.
And then you're getting onto people for having an opinion when you brought it to Twitter first.
Who asked you to open your mouth about your... Like, come on, get off Twitter, man. Like, people need to understand it's not everyone that needs to hear your issues. And also, because your bosses, your future bosses, will be seeing all this nonsense that's on TL.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went through all of my tweets and I deleted their stuff, because you can't be saying wild stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Madam Ashley, any final thoughts?
Yeah, number one, don't do a thing with a chatty patty.
Never.
Number two, if you're not divorced, you're still married, don't be doing things with other people because it's just going to end in tears. And some man on the internet with a red and blonde braid out coming to say that he would die for you. It's just not necessary.
Shame.
Number three.
He said love, man.
Love yourself, bro. Love yourself. Okay, don't be loving other people. You don't even love yourself. Love yourself.
No, but I do feel bad for him.
I do, man.
Number three. What was my number three? I don't remember what number three was. But yeah. Just keep your business in your house.
My final words is, for me, any girl that comes with the spirit of entanglement, I rebuke you. I rebuke it. No entanglement shall enter my life. Listen, I mean, no entanglement, nothing, no. I want straight, like everything nice and clean and precise.
No entanglement formed against me shall prosper.
No bondage. No entanglement formed against me shall prosper. Impossible.
I've no business.
But, and another thing, listen, stop looking at celebrities as idols. They're people with real problems. You get me? They just got more money and they're more visible than you. That's it. They're no different. They go through problems, they go through real things, and they're not perfect. They will make your favorite celebrity will flop you. So all the people saying, oh my God, I see Jada and Will differently. They're not my goals. They were never your goals. They're people.
Number two, they don't care.
They don't
care about your opinion. They're living their best life. They're making their money. They don't care what you think.
Best life.
It's just bad. Like, when we deep it, like, you people are actually making another human your goal. For what reason?
That isn't Jesus.
Rebuke it. It don't make no sense. Screaming goals every 2 seconds. Even that, what do you call it? Who's that? Lil Baby and Jada. That picture I see everywhere. Goals.
Jada way the Lil Baby is bondage. That's not goals. My man is doing.
How many times is he cheating on her?
Hi, multiple. He's a serial.
Jada's just there looking silly. No. Now it's Moneybag Joe and Ari.
Oh gosh.
Moneybag Joe.
Like you can say something relational.
Why are people famous?
I swear she's
Moneybag Joe's a rapper. I don't know why Ari's famous.
Why are they famous?
Money who? I never heard these songs.
That's Megan Thee Stallion's ex. The Bart Simpson looking bro.
Time to log out.
That's Megan Thee Stallion's ex. Where? Oh, and speedy recovery to Meg. Whoever shot Meg, God will punish you.
You will receive it. You will receive what is coming to you. You will receive it. How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you to do that?
Dare you? You will receive it. It's coming to you. How dare you?
Wait, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about that whole situation that took place last week with, I'm not defending her, but I did feel sorry for her with the whole Kylie Jenner not tagging that black brand. So let's talk about that, please.
Your Oyewe princess.
Yes. Since people wanted to talk.
To be honest, I saw both sides. I saw the side of like, she doesn't have to tag anything. She doesn't have to do anything. Like her wearing the dress in of itself is going to bring the girl publicity. So it is what it is. But at the same time, she's been tagging Dior and Chanel and Louis Vuitton. So just tag the tag. Like, it's really not that deep.
You know what? When I look at this, it's like from a point of view of an influencer. I've heard a lot of influencers talk about, if you send me stuff, obviously you paid for me to promote it. But at the end of the day, I don't even think she bought it herself. Probably her stylist bought it and just said, "Wear it."
I doubt it.
But it's just like, even if she used her hard-earned money for that, I don't think she should be tagging her, because the girl even said herself, "I didn't pay for the promotion fee. Her promotion fee is high."
The girl didn't even have a problem with it, so everyone's shouting.
And the person who started all of this was a white person. And then somebody tweeted something that made so much sense. She was like, "This is what happens when white people try to be good allies so much, they start fighting the wrong wars."
Wrong battles, yeah. Kylie Jenner not tagging a black-owned brand. Okay. I mean, it's.
I understand in this climate, yes, we should be black-owned businesses. But at the end of the day, her putting money into this black business is actually supporting them. Because
everything is sold out.
Exactly.
Everything is sold out.
She went from 400 followers to 49K. I don't think so. It's like people just come onto the TR and just shout. Yeah. Because if I was an influencer and I bought something and then people are screaming to tag them, you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be deleting comments and blocking everyone who's shouting at me. Because you shouldn't be shouting at me. Unless that person has paid my fee to be out there tagging
you. I'm not promoting you.
Exactly.
Money has to be paid. The bills have to be paid.
The girl still won at the end. Kylie tagged her for free and then promoted her on her story again.
Because everyone was dragging her. So.
No, that's so bad, man.
It is. I really don't think it's that deep.
And then every black person who was defending her as a coon. Anyways, we move.
They really throw that word around too lightly.
Oh, yeah. The coon, but it is what it is, man. Like, Twitter is it's a place of high, intense reaction. One more thing before we go. There's one more thing. So that topic. Have you not seen Shaybo's freestyle on what's it called?
I only saw a bit of it and she was shouting a lot. I'm not saying that it's not good to shout, but I'm just like, I just didn't appeal to me, so I just turned it off. But I've heard.
I don't listen to her, so I haven't listened.
The conversation at hand was basically, why is she the first female rapper to be on Daily Dappy in 7 years? And my thing is,
really,
yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, and I agree with. I was like, wow, they really dropped the ball.
What about Miss Banks? She hasn't given it.
Steph should have been on there. Steph ain't been on there. From what I know, Steph ain't been on there.
Miss Banks should have been on there. Lady Lachey should have been on there.
Lady Lachey should have definitely been on there.
Little Sims?
Little Sims definitely deserves to be there because she's a lyricist.
Yeah.
That platform is for like people that can spit, and the fact that I hope that they have more women
She's the
appeared
first
on
lady
these
in
freestyles.
7 years.
First lady in 7 years.
And there's been so many female rappers like Miss Banks and Steph London are like really big in London right now in the UK.
The Double XL freshman cover did a Steph London freestyle before a UK platform did. That is sad.
That is wild.
A whole American platform showed Steph London before a UK platform did. I'm just saying. Like,
Banks gets her XL, then it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, is she releasing an album or something?
She released her project last year, but I don't know if she's releasing another album.
Because I know the Double XL freshman covers, they usually pick people that come in with albums soon. So
she probably is then.
We'll see. And speaking of albums, I can't lie. I feel like it's time to endorse female rappers. I can't lie. Man, they might hate me for this. The City Girls album is hard. That is toxic femininity.
Actually, let me tell you something. That album,
femininity.
Hey, the beat on it. I don't know who they got to be their producer, but the beat was immaculate.
The lyrics. I hate. Like, I'm triggered, but I have to admire the wordplay.
I like the flow as well.
Okay.
Broken bag.
It's funny that you two man have listened to it and I haven't.
Even Jobs. Hey.
No, I can't. Like, I listened to it. And at first, I was like this. I was trying to screw my face. I'm like, these girls are on the, and I started laughing. I said, these girls. Do you know what it is? They're so unapologetically toxic that I have to respect it. These girls are toxic. They are. But
I do think girls can go from Summer Walker to City Girl straight away.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I know people don't like Sweetie, but I was just listening to her latest song. Mm-hmm. I kind of like it.
She's all right, you know.
Sweetie is good when she wants to be. I just feel
like she just has, because she's pretty, she has a lot of effort behind her making her be better. Like, I feel like if she wasn't as pretty as she was, then they wouldn't really, they check for her, but they wouldn't really like give her too much energy. But everyone's giving her their big energy because she's pretty, she's got big booty. Like
Icy Girl was a good song.
Icy Girl was good, but what next? Like, that's all I know from Sweetie. What next? Icy Girl.
I can actually name a few on my fingers. That's it. Icy Girl, Anti, Emotional, Tiptoe, and her latest song, Tap Out.
I like her song, Good. I'm in the good.
All I know is My Type, and that song was Roots. That's my type. That's my type.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I just feel like she should just stop doing samples. Can she come with that original song?
Because when I was tapping, I was like, I love the 90s. She says she loved the 90s.
The music industry in general. There's certain men that are living.
Yeah, there's too many samples these days. Not enough originality.
No, there's too many unoriginal samples. Like, stop taking samples from songs that are already baked. Find the obscure sample. Just find a proper sample. But
sometimes the sample is even a sample of another song.
Yeah.
Taking a sample of a sample.
I think the best sample that I've ever heard, well, let me not say ever heard, but last decade that stands out for me is Ski. What's his name? Ski Slump God when he did Miss Elliott.
The Miss Elliott one.
Yeah, I like that sample.
That's a good song. Yeah.
But then again, people started screaming, "Oh, Ski Mask One was better than hers," and I was like,
let's just not.
Take it easy.
There were different lanes. There were different things. There were different lanes.
Let's not disrespect Missy Elliott.
Nato fucked up. I feel that Ski Mask thing where he went in though. He did,
but let's just not disrespect Missy.
Because Missy Elliott paved the way for so many rappers. Like,
thank you.
If you look back at her albums, she was in a lane of her own.
Missy Elliott visuals were second to none, mate.
Fam, Missy Elliott was in the future.
Fam, her and Busta Rhymes, second to none.
Timberland, the producing that he was doing is like, fam.
No, man. I just think, do you know what? This year, I can't even know when it comes to music, there's not a lot of albums that I like. A lot of people have disappointed me.
Wait, what albums are you talking about?
Well, Hendy One came back, but that gang thing.
Who was that guy in the middle doing all that nonsense? I just didn't like it. There was one song that he released with some other guy, and then it just sounded weird.
That anyone get, but I'll compose. I'd say right now, like I said before, I'd say City Girls. I wouldn't say it's my album of the year, but it's in the conversation.
We know who my album of the year
obviously
is.
Pop Smoke's album.
Oh,
I ain't listened to it yet, you know.
Actually, whose
I
album?
didn't listen to it. I liked it.
I haven't listened to it. I'm gonna listen to it.
Do you know what it was? I feel like he listened to people who said like he was making the same music and he's trying to change up the vibes because he's giving us R&B vibe. He was giving us obviously his natural drill stuff, giving us other types of R&B, giving us slow stuff, fast. He was giving us a range of stuff, and I was very, very appreciative of it.
Okay, but let's add these people to the conversation. Chloe and Halle.
I listen to them. I listen to
R&B finest.
Oh,
bro, I'm telling you, bro.
I'll listen to it. I'll put it on the list.
The album that is cracking there because I play it every single day. I'm like, their voices are good. Everybody's saying they love their voice. I love their last album, but people didn't like it. But they were saying, I just hope they come back with something different. Kids Are Alright.
I liked it.
Exactly. But people saying, it was just a little bit, too slow for me.
No,
but
I liked it.
Album, Ungodly Hour, it proved that they are so talented. Like, Chloe produced half of the album.
Yeah.
Like, she is so talented. Hailey wrote half of the songs. Like, majority of the songs. Like, they work together. Do it with Victoria.
Is Chloe the older one?
Chloe's the older one. Halle is the younger one. And it's just like...
Chloe's the thick one.
Oh, yeah, I know. Ooh. But, sorry, I need to address the public. Sorry, go on, finish your thing.
No, but I'm like saying, like all jokes aside, that album was phenomenal because from top to finish, it's like they had the beat in it, they had the up party music, and then at the end they had the harmony, the nice orchestra, they had the nice ballads. I'm like, rah, like they put everything into that album, and it's like you cannot dislike it.
You can't.
Hour, Do It. Busy Boy was giving me Brandy.
Forgive Me. Oh, I love Forgive Me.
Lonely. Who are you when nobody's watching? Are you dumb?
Before I go, I want to address a few people. Scissor, Bryson.
Where are you?
Frank.
Ari Lennox sent the album. Sis, I want it.
We want it now.
I've been banging Shea Butter Baby for too long.
Thank you. You see your age mates. You better be in the studio right now and release. I'm tired. Scissor, I've rinsed. Scissor, you and Frank. I've been rinsing your last projects for time.
For 3 years.
I need something new.
And like the thing is, Scissor keeps saying that she's a
Daniel Caesar. We need to come with something else as well.
Oh, that album that he dropped last year was so good, though. I loved it.
I thought it was cancelled. No,
I do. I don't cancel people, please.
I thought Daniel Caesar was cancelled. Like,
I never cancelled him.
The album was too good to be cancelled.
Is Sabrina Claudio still cancelled?
I haven't listened to her. Fam, Sabrina Claudio's my G.
That's the thing with me. I don't really believe in cancelling people unless you come out and say something that's seriously like offensive, racist, homophobic, whatever. If you come out and say something really, or even if the apology, like you apologize, okay, do you know what? I can't be on your neck about it unless it's like something serious and you don't take the apology seriously. If you say something like 2015, then you come out and apologize and say that's not the person I am, blah blah blah. Well, how can I come and fight you? Like I just don't understand cancel culture too tough.
Listen, I need Caesar and Frank to deliver because my lounge playlist needs to be updated with some new music. I know Snow released something. I know Summer released.
I love that song.
Even her released the album.
I haven't listened to it. I need to get to that.
No, she needs to release one.
She needs to release one.
Oh, she needs to release one. Okay. Listen,
like the snippets I've been seeing of Scissor, it's beautiful. All them snippets are amazing. And the thing is, she can sing. She's protected.
She got a voice back finally.
Yeah, I was listening to one of her her lockdown performances, and I was like, yes, finally she can sing.
She did the Roots picnic the other day, and she performed Normal Girl, I think it was.
Yeah, and it sounds so good.
And all the man that I've released albums next year, 2021, I need tours because I need to go. I want tours.
that live production of Water that I heard on her live was amazing. I need that. Who else? I need Sir.
Oh,
Sir!
I need him to go on tour.
I need to hear John Redcord live.
I need to hear that live. I need to hear the rest
I need
of
to
it.
hear it
I need to hear
live.
it. I need to hear You Can't Save Me.
I need to hear Mood live. Ooh, when I saw it on Insecure, I was like, nah, I need to be there.
Snow Allegra, come to London. Come, 2021. Everything will be clean.
FK Twigs, that last album that she did, Madeline, it was so good. I loved it.
Yeah.
All these, but we could have a music conversation for ages, but we gotta wrap it up. But like I said, Caesar, come to London. But anyways, this has been the Rare Podcast. That one there, no, that's a myth. That's not happening, bro. She's on Fenty. That's it.
I'm not even talking to her anymore, please.
Forget.
She's
released what she released. The more you pressure her, the more she'll just call. She'll just screw you. Leave that one.
She'll just throw in a sneaker line. They should just come out with eyelashes. They should come out with a hairline. She'll just come out with
let Mrs. Robin Fenty do Fenty. Rihanna's gone. It's Robin Fenty now. Until she releases music, I'm calling her Robin Fenty. Anyway.
Robin Fenty.
Anyway, this has been the Rare Podcast. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow that Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. Make sure, support us. You get me? But yeah, we are signing out. Deuces, peace. Have a nice day.